Yeah, welcome back to the podcast again. We have seen the basic three terms Anaryajustam, Asvargyam, Akirtikaram. Anaryajustam is what foolish people they accept it. That directly has a meaning that wise people, gnani, or say elderly people, otherwise called Arya, they don't accept it. See, whenever you come across, based on your experience, you are supposed to do what you are supposed to do at that particular age. Age is something countered with body. So, people accept you as you behave based on age of the body. Now, there, what you feel is what I'm the body, and there is nothing wrong in that. That is the bodily self. Then comes Asvargyam. Let us have a simple scientific analysis based on our own experiences. So your physics says, I'm sorry, actually not physics. In Vedanta Darshana, we have some six kinds of schools, amongst which one of these schools says everything is made up of Anu. Anu is what in English later in physical science people started calling it atom. Right? Okay. Whomever called it, whomever identified it, keep that beside. Let us not break our heads on the history. Let us think of ourselves. The physical science says a human body, an adult human body of approximately 70 kilograms of the weight is generally used to have 7 into 10 to the power of 27 atoms. Say, from the age of around 16, 17, 18 till the age of almost 50, 60, your weight is 70 kgs. You're approximately, the body is made up of 7 into 10 to the power of 27 atoms. Say 10 to the power of 27 is what 27 zeros after 1. I don't know what to call even that number. Now my question is, it is scientifically proved. Then, have you ever felt that you are 10 to the power of 27 atoms? Is what my question. Start thinking. Are you 10 to the power of 27 atoms? Have you ever felt that you are a bunch of atoms? When you are listening to me, of course, you may feel that 10 to the power of 27 atoms is speaking to you. Of course, you may feel it. But while listening, are you feeling that 10 to the power of 27 atoms are listening? Or do you have a feeling that I'm listening? Now start thinking on this. There is something beyond what the bodily eye. It is what we all know, we all feel, but we don't have clarity. The clarity is not taught by our elderly people because they don't know, because they never thought. People are busy, engaged in getting fame, engaged in earning money, engaged in I don't know what not, engaged in lot many aspects. See, in Indian culture, we have two terms. Uh, the moment you perform any a ritual at home, when you call a purohit, the pandit, he starts speaking something like this. Adya Brahmana Dvitiya Pararthe Sveta Varaha Kalpe. Say, Sveta Varaha Kalpe is what Kalpana is, what manifestation, or you say creation. Kalpana is not just imagination. If we feel it is just imagination, still it really makes no difference. It is something being created which was not existing. Say, the nature's expressions, like you and me also, these are called kalpana, kalpa, and we have one more aspect called vikalpa. Say the basic two terms are kalpa and vikalpa. When the manifestation is by the nature, it is called kalpa. When the manifestation is by our individual self, it is called a vikalpa. The Yoga Shastra defines vikalpa as Shabda Gnana Anupati Vastu Sunyo Vikalpaha. There is no physical matter like that, but it gives a feel that as such it is existing, is what called a Vikalpa. Now, start thinking. I am body, but whenever someone scolds you, abuses you, I felt sorrow. Now start thinking. The moment you say I felt sad, who is that I? Where is he? Though he is physically not existing, that I, which is physically not existing, but gives a feel of I, is what called Vikalpa. You may feel I am bodily I sometimes, but many a times you feel just I. What that just I is unknown. It is not being seen by anyone. Now, the Indian philosophy calls this with different names. See, on this globe, there are two kinds of people. One is Gnani, second one is people like us who are not self-realized. We call it Agnani. For Gnani, they talk with the Vedantic terminology, Upanishadic terminology, and that terminology is correct for them. But for we people, when we need to understand things properly, we are supposed to talk in cultural terminology, not in Vedantic terminology. Say, in cultural terminology, sorry, this I, regarding what we am talking about, is called Jiva. And in Vedantic terminology, the same jiva is called aham bhava. Aham bhava. Bhava is what? The feel. Aham in Sanskrit means self. Say this is the feel of self. In Vedantic terminology, it is feel of self, aham bhava. And in traditional terminology, it is called a jiva. Say you are the jiva. Or you say you are that aham bhava. Be clear, we have a Vedic term that says aham brahmasmi. I am that everything. I'm not talking about that I. I'm talking about aham bhava, not about aham. Let us talk about aham later on. Let us think of this aham bhava. So this aham bhava, after night dinner, the moment you lay down your body onto the bed, this aham bhava falls. Falls into what is what a big question that we see later. It falls down. Literally, I say it has died. So the moment you are in deep sleep, you don't have the feel of I. You don't have the feel of a I. Be clear with us. Aham bhava doesn't exist while you are sleeping. The moment you wake up in the morning, what exactly it is waking up in the morning is what? The aham bhava, a moment, has started within you. I, the field that has awakened. Say, when that feel of I has left in this body and has woken up in the same body, then everybody is happy. If the same that feel of I has slept in this body and has woken up in some other body, then all the people who are related with this body are sitting and crying, saying that he is dead. And be clear, in English, we have the term he died or he is dead, whatever it is. But in Indic terminology or say Indian terminology, in any of the languages of India, India has more than some 20-25 languages that have script. There are around thousand of languages in India that are just spoken that don't have script. Say in almost all the languages, the statement is he has died and gone. वो मर गया चनिपोयाडु वो तो गया है. See, you talk in any of the language, the term is like that. The core of the language system in India says he died and gone. Say the one who has gone is that feel of I. The jiva has gone. Gone to where? He has gone into some other dimension which cannot be seen with an eyes. Say it is not with naked eyes. It cannot be seen with your muscular eyes. Say if you have Your third eye opened, you can see through your third eye. It is it is your headache to open that third eye of Nana. Now, this fellow, that jiva, or you say that ahambhava, once it leaves this body and gets into some other body, meanwhile, it is not like a caterpillar, just leave this branch, get onto some other branch. It is not like a monkey, leave this branch, jump onto some other branch. It is not like you and me stepping up on a staircase, stepping up on the above step and leaving the below step. It is not a case like that. There is a lengthy process in that. When that jiva leaves a body, uh, he may either get into another body immediately, could be of any life based on the last thoughts he had while leaving this body, whether awakened or during a sleep. When he leaves the body, based on the thought, he'll get into some other body. This is one way. The other way is not getting into body immediately, staying in different other planes, and staying in this other planes are called a different locus, which are in different dimensions, say like Swarga, Naraka, Goloka, Vaikunta, Kailasa, Satyaloka. There are different lokas based on uh, the vibrations the jiva has written on self, is what called a karma, prarabdha. He'll be getting onto different top planes. Now, there is a plane called Naraka where uh, for all bad deeds he'll be given with punishments. Uh, for good deeds he'll be getting into planes like Swarga, where he'll enjoy music, dance, good food. He'll have uh, the feel of August. Say, anyhow, who likes to get into Naraka? Everyone, even after leaving body, would like to get into Swarga. Yeah, could be. Uh, okay, in English, people call it hell and heaven. People may ask, how should I believe whether there is a heaven existing or hell existing? Then there are two ways. Yeah, basically, there are three ways. One, leave the body, go and experience yourself, is one way. The second way, elders said, agree with that. Then the third way, sit, do dhyana, get blessed by the nature. While living, get into different states like yoga nidra, what people call it astral body traveling. Get onto those planes and experience. There are three ways to accept this. Either do practice sadhana, get into those plane while living in this body. Say, if you get fever, you are supposed to take a medicine. It is something like, if I take a medicine, you will never get cured. So if you want, you should experience it. Is one way. The second way, elderly people said, so follow that. Third way is the best way. Leave the body and go. You will experience, but remember that experience while getting into next body, because you will be working as a proof for all the people who says prove it. So if I leave body and go there, very nice. But I want you to come to experience it that I'm there. All this is rubbish. This is not a physical life. Though you are in a physic, you never feel you are physic. You feel you are a concept. See, there is something called padartha. There is something called yadartha. Padartha is what? The physical component. Yadartha is what? That actually existing. So, if you are sitting on a chair, chair is the padartha. And yadartha, it is a wood. It is wood, right? So, this is the way we are supposed to think and understand things. So, so people wanted to get into Swarga to be happy. So this is what uh, Sri Krishna told Arjuna. Asvargyam. See, Arjuna, whatever you have spoken, will never let the jiva to get into Swarga. So, so you may feel that your bodily eye, or you may feel as such your conceptual eye. Thing is, when you are with bodily eye, you are supposed to do your activities properly. And as a conceptual eye, you are supposed to identify that you are the conceptual eye who is thinking, who is listening, who is understanding. Then comes Akirtikaram. This is a third one. The third word spoken by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Let us understand that Asvargya as a Akirtikaram. That in the next podcast. Thank you very much, friends. Okay, I have if you uh, understood with this, you may ask your friends to listen to this and try identify themselves, because this identification is for human, and human, of course, whatever I'm expressing through this podcast is what all you people have experienced. And hopefully in the next podcast, we go beyond what we think. Chalo, have a good day.